All right, let's get right into it. Today is October 7th, and it's time for another weekly wrap up with the trading experts. All right, let's talk about the market. Let's talk about what went on today. Today was a tricky day. So we're looking at this right now. SPY S&P 500 futures. We're just stuck in this range. You can see the range is about 218, it's like 217.50, and this 212ish area. All right, both very important numbers on the chart. Um, let's go to 15 minute of today. So we open up higher, open up above yesterday's high. Immediately, we try to rip higher and sell off. Now, after this, we consolidate and then start to break lower. So let's go back on a daily chart. We look at the market was down here, fully red bar. At this point of today, everyone, everyone is sitting there saying, we got to get short this market. This market's going to break down. We're seeing 210 fast. They're talking about this being head and shoulders. We'll talk about that in a minute. But how quickly sentiment changes. All right, so you saw we were down. What was this low? 214.19. Everyone's thinking if we break this, here we draw a little trend line. They're saying this could be a rising channel here. If they break this line, we're going to break down, and it's going to be ugly. Let's get that line out of there. So back to a 15-minute chart from today. We sitting there, and it looks just like we're consolidating for a move lower, and all of a sudden, what does this market do? This impenetrable bull market just rips higher. Everyone was sitting there trying to get ready to short some things, and this market, oh, hold on, sorry about that. This market, always does what people second guess it to do, and it rips higher. So you're gonna have to wait for real confirmation of whether or not we're gonna break out higher of this or break down lower. Because if you try every 15-minute move, you're gonna get chopped up and you're gonna lose money pretty much every time. Let's get into some other charts. We'll talk about the head and shoulders later. Some news. What is this? Clovis Oncology. Now, people were riding this. This is a pharmaceutical company. People were riding this long. They had some drug news coming out overnight. They heard their drug was 79% effective, and they died. So I guess that wasn't good enough for the market. Didn't like it, but you do like to see, if you were long the stock, you like to see how, if you look at a 15, had a little flush out, then it ripped higher right away. So you like to see that. If you're stuck in the stock, if you're stuck, you want to use today's low as the out, but hopefully you're not stuck. Walmart, where you at? Oh man, dead. Let me get these lines out of here. So they're talking about same store sales, and how they're just shutting stores down left and right, and they're afraid to look at a weekly chart. They're afraid to open new stores. It's not looking good for them, The Amazon, let's check on you. Oh, look at you, just floating around all-time highs. Shocker. It seems like all the brick and mortar stores are getting hurt, and all the money's really flowing to Amazon. That's all they really got in the news front. Let's look at some charts. GSUM. This is a recent IPO. They're a Chinese company. We initiated this trade through 17 this day with an out of 1650, 1649, below the half. So personally, I bought through this 17 figure. I kicked most of my stock above 18, about 2/3, and I held on to my core position. Held on to my out, 1649. So yeah, it sucks it comes down, but when it holds 1650, look at these lows. Low of day, 1651. Low of day, 1651. I bought more, 1660 with a 10-cent stop. It's a great trading vehicle. Very tight risk. Now, if this looks to break higher and test its recent highs, I have very cheap stock, and I'm in a great position to make good money on very tight risk. And if it doesn't work out, I'm losing 10 cents. If it works out, I'm making a couple bucks. That's great risk reward. That's how you want to trade. Let's go on to the big dog of the week, Everbridge. So what this company does, their recent IPO, what they do is they send out alerts. They send alerts to phones and all media and all that about emergency situations. So the thinking of this was, this huge hurricane Matthew coming. He's going to really mess up Florida and whatever. These guys are going to be very useful. And from a technical standpoint, it looks like it has this nice day one move, gaps up, trying to find some price discovery, trying to find support and resistance. All of a sudden, it creates a setup and starts to break higher. And the sellers above 18, I mean, they were really strong this day. I was long this guy. I got out at the low of this day. What's 1670? Yeah. So the sellers are just too strong. This chart is going to need some time, but it broke above 18 and it came right back. It's a very bad sign if you're long. You want to see follow through. You want to see it break 18 and make a move towards 1850 or make a move towards highs or just sustain the move and stay above 18. So definitely something to watch out for if a breakout comes right back, and then look what happens. It gaps up the next day, tries to go for that 18 and just gets crushed. Gets absolutely crushed. So this one needs some time. It's still on the radar. I'm not going to buy it right away. I'm not going to buy it through 1650. I'm going to give it some time to chill. And hopefully it gives us a nice setup for takeout highs. That's what we love in these IPOs. Apple. All right, on to Apple. Where we buy this one? 113.5, 114. We're sitting in this. Right now our stop's about the low of these days. It's 112.63. We're using about 112.5 as our stop-ish. I think it still looks good. I mean, the market was getting hit today, and this was pretty strong. We're gonna come. Let's see how the weekly looks. Oh God, now we got an inside a week. Wow, that is a beautiful thing. I did not realize that. All right, so I mean, you could still buy this one long if you wanted. 114.57, the high of this inside week. Put your stop at the low, 112.27. Pretty tight risk, and that can get you an Apple. I mean, back here, look at these 4 days. Everyone was sitting there. Oh man, Apple's going to 1 million. Apple's the best. Apple's the best. If it takes a few weeks off, how quickly they forget. I don't forget. It's still on the radar. I think it looks great. I might even add to this one above these highs. So keep you updated with this. But Apple's still looking good. What else we got? GWPH. Ooh, a little profit taking day. That's fine. Gaps up. This might be a good day to take profit if you're sitting in this. You could gap it on. We got out, too long ago, but we initiated the trade after it went sideways. We got involved this day, and then look what it's done. Just rage. But now that technically it closed below this 8-day simple moving average. It might be a good time to take profit. Usually when these thin guys fall, they fall pretty hard. But if you're still in it, try to hold on. Great stock. What else we got on the radar? Oh, let's see. GoDaddy. Just cruising on. Didn't even flinch today in the sell-off. I mean, look, we bought this one around here, 33.50. Look at this. And we were talking about we moved the stop to low this day, which was stop low, 33.38. Low, 33.43. Low, 33.42. It's like, it's not an accident, So this one's still looking great. If you're still in this one, keep trailing it. It's right now you could use a stop. What are these lows? 34 quarter-ish. That's a good place for a stop, but let it ride. Look at this. Whoa. Look at this huge macro pattern we're rocking with. This thing just, even on a monthly chart, this thing's just trying to go higher. It was consolidating forever, and now it's finally breaking out, just like we anticipated. What do we get? Oh, right. Elf dog. Buddy Elf. Buddy the Elf. So we got in this one when it broke these highs, 25.50. I've been sitting in this. I took a lot of profit above 28 here. This day was not fun at all, but I'm still sitting in it. I moved my out to these lows, which was 25.70, so 25.69. Then it comes down, makes a low of 25.78. So I bought off this figure when it was holding 26. I'll show you on the hourly. Let's go. Over here, when it was just holding 26, you can't see it because we got a 2-hour chart here. All right, a little bit better. This name's kind of thin, but these days when it was just holding 26, I was buying off 26. It was a very tight stop, very tight risk. And now if we look at it, back to a daily chart. It's giving us a little setup. If we look at these highs, it tried to break out of above its IPO high. Very important resistance here, the high of this day. Tried to break above it, couldn't sustain the move. It holds up at support, and now it might be ready to break higher. And I have good stock. I got it cheap. I have very tight risk. 26.20 is stop, 25.69 or whatever it is, around that area, 50 cents, and I'm looking to make bucks on this. Okay, so if this one breaks out higher, just know that we got it and we're doing well on it. But that's exactly what we're talking about: is learning these levels, learning support, buying off support, and keeping tight stops. Risk reward, name of the game. We don't have to say it a million times. Okay. IPO of the week. Coop. We did well with this one. I mean, it was a pretty quick trade. Moving averages are killing this. When it opened up, I mean, this thing priced at like $23. Opens up at 30, 34, 35 or something. Gave us a nice pop. I sold into 40. Just because I like to sell into the pops. I don't give these IPOs back. But this one, it should come down a bit because, I mean, it originally priced at like $22. Here it is. Touched 42 on day one. Now it closes around 29 here. Looking like a dog. But we're gonna watch for this to base, consolidate, base out, maybe around where it priced, 24, 25-ish, and look for a setup. So this is definitely on the watch list. And our favorite time of the year. Well, it happens 4 times a year, but Alcoa, once Alcoa reports earnings, it's officially earnings season. Earnings season is the time to make your money as a trader. All right? So they report earnings Tuesday before the open, I believe. Next week's nothing too fun, the tech names and those things like that. That's where we have our fun. But next week is Alcoa and mostly the financials, I believe, all the banks, things like that. So they definitely determine the direction of the market. So that's something very important to look out for. But earnings season. So if you're long any stocks, you got to know when they have earnings. Very, very important. You don't want to get caught. Let's go back, look at the market. All right. So we were talking about Head and Shoulders here. Now, Head and Shoulders is a classic bearish pattern, where it makes a first shoulder, it'll take out the high, make another shoulder, and eventually fail and make a move lower. So that's what traders are looking at. So in classic Head and Shoulders, here's the right shoulder on very high volume, takes out the high of these 217 on decreasing volume, comes down, holds the high, can't make a new high, and then fails and takes out, and then you see a lot of volume decrease, volume expansion to the downside through support. That's what people are looking at, but it could go either way. We're wedging, we're getting tighter and tighter. I'll give you some trend lines. All right, so right now, where are we going to go? We look at the weekly chart. We can see we had 2 inside weeks, almost 3 inside weeks. So we're getting very tight. The market's going to have to make a move sooner or later, but something to look out for. And right now we're just trading in a range. So earnings might take us out of this. Earnings are good. You see break higher. They're bad, break lower, but it's usually not that simple. But these are just some things to look out for. That's all we really got for you this week. We'll hit you guys Sunday with the trade of the week. Keep it locked, and we will keep you posted on any updates. All right, good luck and happy trading.